What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 17 of my Detroit Tigers Out of the Park series. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last upload, but we're finally back. Just to catch up with you guys, we are currently 77-54. We're first in the Central Division. We're 5.5 games up on the Twins. It's looking very comfortable for us. We have 31 games left in the season. Our team is looking very good. Last time we really shored up that lineup. It's looking like this now. We have Riley Green leading off, Javi Baez, Trey Turner, Miguel Sano, Joey Gallo now in right field, Joe Adell in center, Austin Riley, Torkelson, and Joey Bart. That's our lineup right there. And our pitching is looking really good still. We have Trevor Rogers, LeJay Newsome, Luis Castillo, Brandon Woodruff, and Touki Toussaint. A very solid 5 guys right there. I'm really excited to get into the postseason. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it. I don't see us dropping any further than a wild card spot at this point. We're pretty secure in that first spot in the Central Division. It would take a lot for us to drop out of that. So hopefully we can make it further in the postseason than we did last year. At least win a few games, hopefully, in that first round. So I'll see you guys probably when we're in the postseason if everything goes good. All right, here we are on September 25th. We officially have clinched the Central Division over the Twins. They are very far back. We still have roughly 10 or 11 games left in the season. We are the first team to clinch a division in the league. The Dodgers have a better record than us, but they have the Padres to compete with, so they still haven't clinched it. So that's exciting that we're the first team. We have the second best record in baseball right now. A couple of our relievers have gotten minor injuries, so I'm thinking about calling up some more relievers so that hopefully they can get some rest before the playoffs. I'm not really sure who, though. We don't have a lot of options down here. We have a few starting pitching options, but none really that are relief arms that I like or that are even good enough, honestly, to pitch in the majors. If I decide to make a move, I'll show you guys. But if not, then I'll see you guys probably in the postseason. Here we are at the beginning of the playoffs. As I said earlier, we are the first seed in the Central Division. I decided not to make any moves before the playoffs to rest anybody. I just decided we were going to go with it. And it didn't really pay off. If we take a look at the team schedule right here, we lost the last 3 series we played. We went 2-7. All of them were against division rivals as well, which is not a good sign. But luckily, we don't have to play them in the playoffs. We can go ahead and look at the playoff tree here. We're going to play the Yankees in the first round, and then potentially the Astros, Blue Jays, and Mariners. If we make it to the next round, one of those guys we're going to have to play. So hopefully our bad luck against division rivals at the end of the season does not carry over to this series against the Yankees. I'm very excited to actually play a series where we're the favorite, potentially. We can take a look at the standings real fast to see what their record was. They were 93-69, so we were 3 games better than them. I'm not too worried. They did end the season, though, on a 9-1 streak, so that's pretty worrisome as we were 3-7, but hopefully we can show that we're the better team and we can actually win a playoff series. Before we go ahead and jump into the first game, I wanted to go over 2 things. One, we've only played the Yankees 6 times this year, and we are 4-2 against them. We lost the first 2 games against them, and I believe we won every single game against them since then. So that is a good sign, at least. We have a positive record against them. Next, I wanted to take a look at our roster for the playoffs. I made a few decisions. So our manager only wants to have 3 starting pitchers. So I sent down a few guys, or I released them from the roster, or from the playoff roster at least. LeJay Newsome and Brandon Woodruff are the 2 starting pitchers that are the odd men out. So that means we're going to have Trevor Rogers, Luis Castillo, and Touki Toussaint be our 3-man rotation there for this series at least. We're going to carry the exact same bullpen as we have all season. We didn't add anybody. We didn't send anybody else down. But with the lineup, I did, however, decide our bench is going to be Austin Hedges, as he has been the entire season. Cespedes is also with us the entire season. Those guys are obvious choices for the bench. And then to fill it out, we went with Zach Short, who's a good infield backup. Derek Hill, who's our center fielder backup, really good defensively. He's a decent player as well, speed-wise, I believe. And he also has good sort of good power. It's nothing special, but he's a good backup piece for us. And then I couldn't pick, but I did decide on Tamar Johnson. He's going to be on the playoff roster for this season. He only played in a few games, but he's hit good. He's hit 321, 441 on base. I've liked what he's done. I believe he hit 250 in the few starts he made, the 6 starts he made. Torkelson got suspended, so he played DH a little bit. But he's done good in his limited amount of time. So hopefully he can just be a spark off of the bench if we need him to pinch hit or something. Worst case scenario, he's a good defender. He has speed. That's really all he's there for. He's not starting. There's not a lot of pressure on him. So I'm fine with that. I like having him on the roster for at least this series. So I guess let's just get right into Game 1 against the Yankees. I wanted to make a real quick correction. Our manager actually decided to go with the 4-man rotation. So we brought Brandon Woodruff back up to be that number 3 starter, I guess, for us in the rotation. And then we sent down Derek Hill. So now Cespedes is gonna be the main guy in that outfield as a backup. All right, here we have the result of Game 1. Unfortunately, we can't just only celebrate winning Game 1 of the series because we have some bad news that I want to go over first. There was apparently an earthquake in the Dominican Republic, and Luis Castillo is going to have to take a week off to go do something there. I don't understand why we have to get hit with this bad luck, but it's whatever, I guess. We're going to be fine, hopefully. Let's take a look at this Game 1 victory. So we actually didn't pitch that great. Trevor Rogers goes 4 innings, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. He strikes out 9, though, which is huge from him. And then our bullpen was pretty good. Martinez allows 1 earned run, but gets through 1 1/3. Alex Lang shuts it down, going 1 2/3. And then Josh Hader pitches 2 shutdown innings, only giving up 1 hit and striking out 5 batters. Beautiful game from him. Jacob deGrom, the ace for the Yankees, gives up 5 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings, 10 hits, a home run, only striking out 4. Kirby Yates comes in for them and also he pitches pretty good as a relief guy. And then Addison Russ pitches an inning, gives up 2 earned runs, walks 1, strikes out 1. So not a great game from them. We won 8-4 overall. We can take a look at some of the hitting stats here. Javi Baez hits a home run. Austin Riley gets a home run. We had a good performance from everyone, I think. No one really struggled too bad. Joey Gallo, he didn't get a hit, but he walked, so I'm fine with that as long as he gets on base. That's all that matters, really. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with that performance. Nothing to complain about there. If we can keep this up, then I think we're looking really good. Unfortunately, we are missing Castillo, though, for a week. We'll take a look at how that affects the staff right here. 5 days. He was going to pitch this next game, so now we'll see how that shakes up. We're going to have Woodruff pitch. We might just have to go a bullpen game. I guess we could send him to the IL or something, or remove him from the playoff roster. I'm not sure how this works. So I'll be right back once I figure out what we're going to do. Alright, so I've decided we're just going to leave it. We're just going to let whatever happens. If we have a bullpen game, that's fine. I'm fine with that. If we just have a starter on short rest, I'm fine with that as well. I think we're in a pretty good situation right now, so we're just going to leave it be, and hopefully things work out. Alright, here we are after game number 2. We lose 4-3. Not the best game offensively for us. Our pitching is pretty good. We get Brandon Woodruff to go 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs off of 5 hits. Strikes out 7, walks 3. He did give up 3 home runs, unfortunately. But then our bullpen comes in, and they do good. They keep us in the game. Our offense just isn't enough. Riley Green hits a home run. Joe Adele gets a double. Joey Gallo is still yet to get a hit in the series. He did walk again, but I'd prefer more from him. Hopefully he can get a little bit better. Trey Turner hasn't been that great either. Javi Baez has been on fire this series, so I'm happy with him. Beyond that, there's just not too much to say about this game. It's just our offense was slightly worse than their offense, so not much you can do about that. Our pitching was fine. We were in the game. 4 runs is about that threshold where you should be able to win if you're good enough, if you're better than the other team, I guess. But we just weren't in this game, so hopefully we can bounce back in game number 3. For whatever reason, every time we win a playoff game, it's met with some sort of bad news. But first, we're going to start with the good news this time. We win the game 8-3, once again scoring 8 runs against them. We'll take a look at it. Let's start with the pitching first. 6 innings for Tukey Toussaint, only giving up 3 earned runs. 2 strikeouts to 3 walks is not good. 8 hits is not good. We honestly got lucky probably there to only give up the 3 earned runs. And then our bullpen once again comes out and is elite again. Very happy with that. Trey Turner finally gets something going. He gets a home run. Riley Green gets another home run. He's been really good this series. He actually has 2 home runs in this game in that leadoff spot, which very, very much helps us get the bat going for us. Joey Gallo finally gets a hit. Still not having a good series, though. Probably averaging 2 strikeouts a game, which isn't good. Everyone else performed pretty well. Once again, once our bats are going, we can prevent them from getting more than 4 runs. We just need to put up more than 4 runs. That's just how our game plan needs to be, obviously. But let's get into the bad news. Austin Riley goes down with an injury for 2 to 3 weeks, I believe is what it is. So I just decided he wasn't really hitting that great. I think that last game he might have hit a little bit better. But before that, it wasn't anything great. I think it's better just to sit him down. There's no point in trying to keep him in any sort of way on the roster or anything like that. And we have a starting pitching issue. Like I was saying earlier, Luis Castillo's out. So I decided to call up LeJay Newsome. He's going to start next game. Hopefully he can have a good game. He hasn't been great for us this season, or even towards the end of the season, he wasn't that great. So hopefully he can just have a good playoff game for us. He might not even be starting next series in any games. So just 1 game from him is all we need. Starting game 4 to win the series. I'll see you guys after game 4. And we're back after game 4. We lose 6-2, unfortunately. Once again, we don't put up a good enough offensive game. Let's take a look at the pitching first. LeJay Newsome wasn't necessarily awful, but he wasn't good either. Gives up 5 earned runs in 5 innings, 8 hits, only 4 strikeouts. He doesn't walk anybody, which is good. Our bullpen comes in. They're pretty good, too, only giving up 1 earned run in 3 innings. I'm happy with that. Lance McCullers only goes 2.2 innings in this game, which is interesting, and then they bring in a lot of bullpen arms. So hopefully that helps us in Game 5 that they had to use, 6 bullpen arms to go the rest of the game. Hopefully that's good news for us. Our bats just weren't going. I'm thinking about maybe Joey Gallo might need to get dropped for Game 5. We might have to bring in Cespedes. Or maybe we keep him in and hope that he finally gets a home run in the series. We just weren't good offensively. Hopefully, Game 5, we get a rebirth again. It seems like we take a game off and then we do good in the game. So hopefully that keeps up and we win Game 5 here. Not really too much to say there. I wanted to also go over Tamar Johnson got put in center field for 3 at-bats, and he struck out in all 3 at-bats, which is not how you want to have your playoff debut go. But whatever. We're going to move on to Game 5, and hopefully it goes a little bit better. Wow, what a Game 5 from us. We win 7-1. I actually watched this game, and it was a nail-biter up until about the 7th inning, 6th inning. It was a 2-1 game. It was very, very exciting. I'm very happy with how we performed. Our pitching was amazing. Our offense was amazing. Let's go into it. Let's start with the pitching. Luis Castillo comes back for his first playoff appearance after he had to take a little bit of a personal leave away from the team. He goes 6 innings, gives up the 1 earned run, which was a home run. He strikes out 5 batters, walks 3. Couldn't ask for anything more from Luis Castillo. A very, very good game. Then we have Aaron Fletcher come in, and he strikes out 2 in 1 inning. He does great. Ken Giles comes in that 8th inning, and he strikes out a batter. Doesn't allow any hits or runs. And then we have Josh Hader coming in and closing the game out, striking out 3 batters, walking 1, and giving up a hit. We were up 7-1, so it wasn't really high leverage or anything, but I'm very happy with how our pitching did. Our batting was almost better, if that's even possible. The way that they performed was very, very good, piling on the runs in innings at a time. 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Couldn't ask for any better there. Let's start off with Riley Green. He had a key double in this game. Gets an RBI, which I was very excited about. Javi Baez played pretty good. He had timely hits, if that makes sense. No runs, no RBIs, but it was just he performed good in my opinion. Trey Turner also performed good. He had an RBI and he scored a run as well. Miguel Sano scores a run, doesn't get an RBI, but at least he scores the run. He wasn't great, he struck out a lot, but at least he got a run on the board. Joey Gallo, after one at bat, I decided I'm going to take over. I'm going to tell the manager, take him out, put Cespedes in. Cespedes performs amazing, 2 hits and 3 at bats, scored a run, got an RBI, perfect from him. Joe Adell gets the only home run from us on the game. Yeah, he gets the only home run, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Very, very good game from him. Torkelson gets an RBI as well. Joey Bart gets an RBI. And Zach Short wasn't great, but he put the ball in play at least, which is all I could ask for from him as that sort of fill-in third baseman in the playoffs. Overall, a very, very good game. We lit the pitching up. I couldn't ask for anything more from that. So we're going to move on to the next round of the playoffs, where we're going to be facing the Mariners, who actually swept the Astros. Every other team swept their opponent in the division series. So we were the only team actually that went 5 games, which is a little bit of bad news, but hopefully it allows us to play a little bit better since we're a little bit more tuned. I think we're the best team in the MLB right now. I love our bullpen. I love our starting pitching. As long as our offense is going, we're easily the best team in baseball. So I think we have a serious chance at making it to the World Series this year. All right, here's an update to our lineup for the Mariners series. We're still going to have Joey Bart at catcher, but in first base, we're going to have Torkelson. Trey Turner's still going to be at second. Sano's now moved to third base. Javi Baez is still at short. Riley's still in left. And then Joe Adell's still in center. And then we move Cespedes into that starting right field job, and we move Joey Gallo to DH. So the guy that drops out is Zach Short, who really doesn't deserve to be a starter, but he's a solid guy out there. He's really just in there to fill any role that's needed, and third base was where he was needed, but he wasn't anything great. He's a negative bat almost. He's not a good defensive third baseman, so we're actually going to go ahead and change his position back to second real fast, which is where he's supposed to be at. I'm happy with this lineup. This lineup's very good. I think it's going to provide a lot of runs for us. And so let's get right into game number 1. We have Trevor Rogers on the mound. Let's get right into this. Game 1 goes great. We win 6-2 behind a nice start from Trevor Rogers. He goes 5 2/3 innings, only giving up the 2 earned runs, striking out 4, walking 3. It's just a solid start from him, which is really what he's about. He's just about the solid starts. And then our bullpen comes in and destroys like they always do. I don't even think they've given up more than 3 runs this playoff so far, so I'm really happy with them. Our offense is good, 6 runs. That's solid. A home run from Torkelson, a triple from Trey Turner, a double from Adell, and then a double from Riley Green. Good from them. Once again, Joey Gallo only gets the 1 hit. He does strike out once this time, which is fine. As long as he's getting the ball in play, that's all that I can ask from him. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to game number 2. Game number 2 doesn't go as good. We lose 6-1. Our offense doesn't come through this time. We only get the home run from Joey Gallo, who finally hits a home run. We're only waiting on Miguel Sano now to hit a home run in the playoffs, and then all of the guys I expect home runs out of have hit one. Our pitching was fine to an extent. Our starting pitching was good. 6 innings from Woodruff, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. That's fine. That's a good start. It's a solid start. Aaron Fletcher does good in his 1 inning, but then Munoz gives up 3 earned runs, 3 hits in 2/3 innings, which is not good, not acceptable there. He's one of the guys, too, I believe in very, very highly in our bullpen. He's probably a top 3 guy for me. So it's unfortunate that he's the one that gives up those 3 runs. Even if he didn't, though, we lose the game, so we can't really blame him too much. The offense wasn't there. Hopefully, game number 3, it comes back, and we can actually score some runs. Another bad offensive game from us. We lose game 3, 3-2. That is very, very bad loss from us. Our pitching was fine. Luis Castillo gives up 2 earned runs in 6 1/3 innings. Our bullpen comes out and basically shuts everyone down. The 1 run wasn't even an earned run from Martinez here. Unfortunately, that 1 run cost us in the end. Our offense only puts up 2 runs. A home run from Riley Green, a double from Joey Bart highlights the offense from us. Not a good game. Only 4 hits in a playoff game is unacceptable, honestly. We need to be a lot better. Justin Dunn shut us down. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, 2 earned runs. That's really, really good from him. I'm sure they're very happy with that, and then their bullpen shuts us down. It's very unfortunate that we lose in this type of fashion, but I guess we move on to game number 4. And we are now down 3-1 in the series after losing 5-3. Another bad offensive game. Our offense is just not getting it going. We have a double from Trey Turner and Javier Baez, but nothing else pretty much from anybody else. We only put up 7 hits in this game. Our pitching, once again, was fine. We give up 3 earned runs from Tukey, which is acceptable. Aaron Fletcher gives up the 1 earned run in 2/3 innings, and then Ken Giles gives up the 1 earned run in 1 1/3 innings. Just our offense needs to catch up with the pitching. Our pitching's putting up just enough of a chance for us to win. Our offense just needs to come through and actually perform. It's not looking good. We're down 3-1 in the series. I don't know if it's possible for us to come back in a game number 5. And here we have the final game of the season. We lose 3-2. Another game where our offense just couldn't get going. I actually went in and controlled this game, and unfortunately the offense just couldn't get going. I tried my best. I had it down to the top of the 9th, I believe. Sano was our first batter. He struck out, I believe, and then I brought in Tamar Johnson as a pinch hitter for Joey Gallo. He got on base with a walk. He stole second. Joe Adele struck out, though, and then Torkelson strikes out as well. So we strand the runner on second in a 3-2 game. Our bats just couldn't get going there. We had an opportunity. We just couldn't get it. Our pitching wasn't even that bad. Trevor Rogers goes 3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. I pulled him early. We put in Blake Workman. He gives up 1 earned run in 2 innings. Alex Lang, no earned runs, no hits in 2 innings. Very good from him. And then Cordero Real was amazing. 3 strikeouts, struck out every batter he faced. I was very pleased with him. He was probably one of the only bright spots of this game for us. Unfortunately, that's going to end the season. Let's take a look real fast at the playoff tree. So as you can see, we lose 4-1. The Dodgers and the Brewers are still going at it. I'll show you guys at the end who wins the World Series. But this is what it looks like for now. We were top 4 team in baseball. I'm happy with the way that we're going. We've only improved from here. Last year was a wild card. We won the wild card game, and then we got swept in the division series. This year we win the division series, and we win our division as well. Unfortunately, we just can't get to the World Series. I think we're a very good team. I don't see us losing anybody. We can take a look real fast at the front office and salaries. Everybody here is returning. The only guys leaving, Isaac Paredes, Domingo Herman. Those are the 2 guys that have expiring contracts, and they're not even on the roster. So I'm fine with that. I think Joey Gallo, I'm not sure how many years he has left. So he is going to be with us next year as well. So we have everybody coming back. Our salaries are definitely going to increase a lot. So we're going to have our owner increase our budget by a lot, because a lot of these guys' salary arbitrations are millions of an increase. Take a look at Trevor Rogers here, 3.5. We can take a look at Joe Adele. That's 3.5 as well, pretty much. 2.5. Roughly 1.5 there, 3.5 there. A lot of salary arbitration bumps from everybody. And then we have our big guys up here making $10 to $20 million. Hopefully, though, we can return everybody and stay under budget next season, because we have a really good team, and I only see us getting better. We have a lot of young guys still. Our lineup's good. Our rotation's good. We even have Tamar Johnson hopefully coming up next season and performing for us. We have a few other prospects. They're not really going to be from next season, but they're in the future at least. I'm really happy with this team. Let's jump to the World Series so I can end this episode. Alright, I simulated just a little bit too far, but I brought back up the World Series winner. The Dodgers win it. This is the first time in this series that the Dodgers have won the World Series. They win 4-1 against the Mariners. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I won't spoil anything by going to the home page. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. I know not too many people watch this, so if you watch every single episode, make sure to comment what you guys want to see in this series, because you guys are basically the only people that watch it. So just let me know, and I will try and make it as best of an entertaining video as possible for you. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't, and look out for next episode because it's going to be really, really exciting. Thank you guys for watching.